The zoo hypothesis. Have you ever had that strange feeling? Being alone at home late at night, lights off, everything quiet. You know the door is locked. You know no one is there. And still, you feel a chill, an uncomfortable sense that something is watching you. It's not fear of a noise. It's worse than that. It's that silent feeling with no clear reason. Now, hold on to that feeling. What if I told you it doesn't apply only to your room or even to your house, but to the entire planet? We wake up every day, go to work, argue over small things, fall in love, make plans. All of this on a small blue rock floating in space. We act like we own the place, like no one is watching, like we are the kings of creation. But what if we're not? What if Earth is not exactly our home, but a place where we are contained, an invisible cage with no visible bars, so large it doesn't feel like a prison.
A place where we live our normal lives while someone watches in silence. Today, we're going to ask a simple but uncomfortable question. What if humanity isn't alone, just isolated? What if we are animals in a cosmic zoo? Chapter 1. When Silence Feels Wrong. Imagine walking into a huge forest, an ancient forest, full of trees, water, food, places to live. You expect to hear birds, insects, some sign of life. But the forest is completely silent. No sound. Nothing moves. You wouldn't think, what a peaceful place. You would think, this isn't normal. That's the feeling we get when we look at the universe. Space is enormous, ancient, filled with stars far older than our sun. If life appeared here, it would make sense for it to appear in many other places too. It's like a massive city. If there are millions of buildings, you expect to see lights in many windows at night. But when we look at the sky, almost all of them seem dark. No ships passing by, no clear messages, no sign of anyone saying, "We're here." Science calls this the Great Silence. And that silence is disturbing because it doesn't make sense. Chapter 2. 2 explanations, and both are bad. When something doesn't make sense, only a few explanations remain. The first one is simple. We are alone. Intelligent life would be extremely rare. A cosmic accident. When humanity is gone, the universe continues. Cold. Empty. It's a sad idea, but easy to accept. The second explanation is far more unsettling. What if we are not alone? What if the universe is full of life, but they chose not to talk to us? Not because they can't, but because they don't want to. Chapter 3. Do not approach. To understand this, we don't need to look to space. We can look right here on Earth. There is a place called North Sentinel Island. A tribe lives there with no contact with modern civilization. They don't know what the internet is. They don't know airplanes. They don't know hospitals. We know they exist. We have the technology to reach them in minutes, but we don't. We created laws forbidding any approach. Why? Because contact would destroy everything. Disease, culture shock, fear. To them, we would look like aliens. Now, change the perspective. What if we are that tribe? The zoo hypothesis says exactly this. Civilizations far more advanced than ours know we exist, but choose to observe us from a distance. No contact, no interference. Like animals inside a protected reserve, they see our wars, our confusion, our inability to live together peacefully, and they think, not yet. If they appear now, we collapse, we worship them, or we attack them out of fear. So they wait, they watch, and they stay silent. So far, it almost sounds kind, but now it gets strange. Chapter 4. What if it's not a zoo? Zoos protect. Laboratories test. What if Earth is not a reserve, but an experiment? Think of something simple. When scientists study behavior, they observe. They don't interfere. They let the experiment run. Now, look at Earth. Everything seems finely tuned. The right distance from the sun. Water in the perfect state. A moon large enough to influence the planet. Maybe that's not luck. Maybe we are just a test, an experiment to see how far an intelligent species can go before it destroys itself. And the silence? A scientist doesn't talk to the lab rat. That would ruin the experiment. Chapter 5. The most terrifying idea. Now comes the final thought. What if we are not protected and not studied, but imprisoned? Look at human history. Endless wars, conquest, destruction of our own environment. Maybe at some distant point, someone observed all of this and decided they're dangerous. Earth would then be a natural prison, a massive cell, beautiful enough to feel like freedom. The universe wouldn't be empty. It would be avoiding contact. No one talks to the prisoner in cell 3. Conclusion. When you look at the sky, the next time you look up at the night sky and feel that strange sense of calm, remember this. Cages that are large enough don't look like cages. They look like the horizon. And maybe the real question isn't, is there someone out there? But this, if someone was watching us right now, what would they be learning about us?